Ta-da. Okay, there we are.
That's so peaceful.
It was. So I looked. Hello, everybody. By the way,
Hi.
I looked at my phone when my phone popped up, and it was already to the Make a Wish thing. So I don't know if it started right, but anyways, there's my new intro.
It's very nice, very soothing.
So, thank you. So we've got some people in the chat already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So first of all, hey Jason.
Hi, Ginger.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
Yes. Well, we were just talking how you've been quite the busy bee lately. So,
Yes, I did.
yeah.
Yes, I've had to adapt very quickly.
But that's awesome, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So,
Things have manifested
yeah,
in good ways. So I'm very gracious, I guess would be the best way to put it.
absolutely. Very blessed. Yeah. So that's wonderful. And I appreciate you coming back on the channel.
Absolutely.
We love having you here. I always get a lot of compliments when you come in and how we have fun and give great readings. So I appreciate you coming back.
Absolutely.
And happy that things are manifesting. This is, like I said, just a shout out. I have a channelversary coming up, and it's like, ooh, got an earthquake going here. I'll have to tell you my earthquake story in a little bit. But I think right now I want to say hi to everybody because they're coming in. So let's take a moment to say hi. Of course, Jackie was first up. As always, Jackie, thank you so much for coming. We so appreciate you. And keep your calendar free on Saturday around 11 a.m. my time. So we'll be doing the channelversary. Of course, Jackie has to be there. Nancy's here. Thank you, Nancy, as always. Let's see. Oh, Scott's here. Hey, Scott. Cool. Good to see you here. We have Brendan here. Brendan has since changed his channel name from Ocean Video Games to Ocean Graphic Design. I'm so proud of him. And then Mel from Woolly Hermit is here. Mel's got some great videos she's been popping in, and I didn't realize that, or I had forgotten, she channels. And so her latest video, which I need to watch tomorrow morning, she channeled RFK or JFK? I think it would have to be JFK because RFK is still. Can you channel the living? Sure you can. So we all need to pop over and see how that channeling went. Thank you, Nancy. I don't know if you got to actually watch it from the beginning, because by the time it went live, I'm not sure. I'll have to watch the playback to see it when it actually started. Natalie's here with her hand pink waving. And I realized, so one day I missed her question, and I'm thinking because of the hand pink waving, I thought it was just another conversation she was having with someone. Fatima, okay, I've heard it spelled or pronounced Fatima and Fatima. So welcome. I appreciate you coming back, sweetie. And Samantha's here. Welcome again, Samantha. Appreciate you coming in. And then, oh yes, okay. I have not forgotten that Odelia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, got in late on Monday, and I was unable to answer her question. So pop in a question, and I told you I would put you top of the list. So make sure you do that. Okay, so now let's see. I think we're caught up. Yay.
Why is it pink hand waving and not?
There's actually different, you can change the colors of the hands.
Oh,
So pink hand might be just flesh colored.
I
Okay,
was just like, why isn't white waving pink hand? I don't
white
know.
waving, right?
Maybe I'm thinking too much.
Let's not overthink things.
It sounds like a spiritual name or, Native American name. What pink hand waving?
Right? White pink hand waving. Oh my gosh. That just opened up my mind to all those Indian jokes way back when, where how they named their offspring. I won't go there. So what I'm going to do, Jason, is I'm going to start having people pop in their questions using caps and emojis, and I'm going to look for the pink hand waving thing. And while they're popping in questions, and I'll star them, I'm just going to have you chat and let us know what you've been up to. I want to see. Okay.
Let's see. I was on Linda G's on Sunday, which was a great experience. I was very nervous, but she was great, and I think we shared a little bit of the same humor, so it wasn't.
Oh, that's awesome.
It didn't feel really out of my element, and yeah, we had really good conversations. It was interesting. She was talking about her daughter and how she's interestingly been having some weird blood issues, which kind of coincided with a friend of mine who was in the ER like weeks ago during the resonance change, that he technically shouldn't have been walking or even conscious. And so it was a good synchronicity that I kind of, gave her some information that, there's a little bit more to this, and that things would turn out for the best. And she did actually. It's not cancer, so that was good.
Oh,
good.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
I had something similar where, oh gosh, it's been about maybe 6 years ago. I thought I had the summer flu that teachers were getting and stuff. My son's teacher had it, so I figured, oh my God, I must be getting that, because I never get the flu, but I just felt kind of weak. And as the days progressed, school started, and the first week of school is the worst. High stress, high, very demanding. And I had a new supervisor, and I thought, there's no way I can call in sick. She'll fire me, And I kept going in, and I kept getting weaker. And one of my friends there, she said, you have to go to the doctor. Like, yeah, I think I really should. So I went to the doctor. I explained to him, and this will be TMI. I had a cycle that was very heavy, and so he decided to take some blood tests, and he said, you're definitely not, you don't have the flu. Your heart rate would be racing, he said. Mm-hmm. Never heard that, but okay. And I'm still insisting I have the flu, because this is weird. And so the next day, I was shaking so bad I couldn't get out of bed, and I called my boss. I was crying because I was so weak. And I sent my boys to school, and I thought, I'm going to have a scrambled egg, get some protein in me, and I'm just going to sleep it off. It has to be the flu. And so I lay down, and no sooner laid down than I heard in my voice in my head, don't go to sleep. So knowing my guides, I sat up and I said, what's wrong with me? And I hear it again, don't fall asleep. I'm like, what? So now I'm panicking, going, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
I'm tired and I need to sleep. And then the phone rang, and about 5 minutes later-ish, and it was the doctor's office saying, I need you at the ER. You need a blood transfusion. and we need you there now.
Wow.
And so I went and I asked the doctor. She measured my blood somehow, and she said, well, you've lost 2/3 of your blood volume. And I didn't tell her what I heard, but I said, what would have happened? I was about ready to take a nap. What? She goes, you wouldn't have woken up. You didn't. Your heart was barely beating. And
Wow.
my doctor on a follow up was shaking his head, and I'm like, what? And he's like, you shouldn't have even been walking. I don't know how you made it here. So that reminded me of that story.
Yeah.
It was the determination, afraid of being fired.
Yeah. Just give me the book thing when you go home.
We must listen to the voices in our heads, not thinking we're crazy. Oh my goodness. So, Woolly Hermit, Mel, I have to show this one real quick. Face green, smiling face, fuchsia white eyes, face orange, biting nails, face. I love that. Oh, yes. Every time I think about that, I want to cry because I think of what one of my sons would have come home to think I'm sleeping on the couch maybe and not even trying to wake me up. Who knows? But yes, so my spirit guide saved my life for sure. So anyway, so I'm glad you're having fun making a tube tour. And you were recently on Sheila's channel, I saw. I didn't get to watch it, but so quite a busy one. Yeah. All right then. Well, I've got some stars going, and we have more people coming in. Miss Debbie. Hi, Miss Debbie. If you have a question, pop one in. Oh, wait. And I got all pretty emojis now. I love it. I love this whole emoji thing. I'm very much a emoji person. One time, my friend and I had a complete conversations with emojis only. Oh, it was funny. Okay, so I'm going to go through and say who I have, and if I've missed your name, please type it in back letters. You missed me. Big letters, not back letters. Oh, best mom 96. Okay, we're going to have words. I'm the best mom. Thank you for coming. 96. Does that mean you were born in 96? Or you had a baby in 96? Oh, I have Dawn Mousy. Welcome to my channel. Thank you. I have a couple newbies here. I love it. Okay, so far I have 6 people starred. We usually do around 10. So if you want a question answered, pop it in. What's your birthday? Okay. You're youngin'. Okay, so I got Debbie. All you young ones. I don't know. I just had my birthday and it's like, oh, 60. Not really. Okay, so I have Odelia, Samantha, Odelia again because I'm going to unstar the one. Fatima, Miss Mel, Miss Nancy, Miss Debbie, Miss Natalie. Did you have one that I missed? I don't want to miss. I hate that I missed hers a couple times. Okay. So what I would like to do, Jason, is start off with maybe a collective message.
Okay.
Well, first, I'd like to ask, because I'm just now hearing of this resonance.
Yes.
Thing. Can you explain that real quick? Or can you?
As
quick as I mean.
You know, was it maybe 2-3 weeks ago, the weekend, it kind of was flooding social media about the Schumann resonance, you know, dramatically changing for a couple of days.
And it's called Schumann, not human.
Yeah, Schumann resonance.
I was calling it Schumann resonance.
But you know, the thing is that it does reflect has a direct effect on our brain waves and consciousness, and the way that they measure it is like theta alpha. So it's like, you could call it human resonance.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was is that, you know, I knew that it was going on, but it wasn't, you know, there was the usual bicker of it's real, it's not, you know, blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
okay.
I really, you know, just from what I do as the QHHT and the, you know, other practitioners, it's something that's kind of been in the making. So if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, a close friend of mine actually that night, on that Sunday night, went into the hospital
The
with
one with the blood.
the blood. It was like blood sugar off the roof. They sent back his blood like 4 times because they thought it was mishandled. They couldn't figure out what was going on. All the levels were just out of whack, and the doctors, he said, were just like, "What? You shouldn't be walking right now." And the next day, he knows what I do with the hypnosis, and he really wanted to know, you know, what is going on.
Yeah.
And the first thing, and I should say that he knows the Earth has a vibration, period. So it wasn't like he had any knowledge of what was going on. And the first thing that came through with his spirit team and his higher self was, this is happening because of the resonance. And it was shocking. And I asked why, and they said, well, this is, you know, one of the first big major kind of activations that's going on with the Earth. It's actually affecting us all in terms of our awareness, turning on abilities, but it's also amplifying physical and health conditions, not for the purpose of like killing us, but it's a wake up call to say, you need to pay attention to diet. You need to release all these, you know, negative emotions that are making you physically ill. There isn't a lot of time, so it was like he didn't have the best diet, so it was that type of like, I'm like, okay. So that was, and the other aspect was that empaths are kind of taking the brunt of these things, because people are waking up to abilities, so all the fear and what's going on. So it was also, he learned and I learned that he's highly empathic, and so he needs to do you know, daily protections to protect himself and from all the ruckus, I guess would be the way to put it.
Putting that shield up.
So that's
John,
kind of the
question here. Do you always need a guide or a master teacher when healing others? Do you want to answer that?
No. I mean, they can help, but I mean, ultimately, you know, one of our purposes here is to recognize that we all have that power to do that. Sometimes tapping in is necessary if you don't have full belief that you can do the healings, but if you
calling upon your guides to assist you is perfectly normal.
And they'll help.
Yeah.
I mean,
apparently we all have actually a healing team. That I went through an exercise once where I actually signed a contract. And it was very interesting. So when I'm feeling bad, I'm calling on my healing team. Actually, somebody in here has a question about headaches, and that's something I have. Sue Toffee just popped in. So Sue, if you have a question, go ahead and type that in. We have 7 so far. So why don't we, thank you for that, because that Schumann resonance. I was having a little, for me, it's hard to tell. I have Meniere's disease, so I have my bouts of woo. And I remember shortly after hearing that was happening and not knowing what it was, I was, you know, had a day where I was like, okay, Earth is moving. No, it's just me. So, but yeah, I meant to ask somebody and I keep forgetting. So I'm glad you brought it up earlier so we can clear that.
Yeah.
Inquiring minds.
I mean, there's more to come, but that was the first.
Sure. So. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is there a quick way to okay, why don't we do like a 1-card oracle
okay
message for the our chat here, our friends in chat. Again, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, okay. Cards are sticking together. Oh, all right. You got something? Got a smile on your face.
You know, it's funny that we were just having the conversation. Time of going forward. And it's
Let me do this. Yeah.
definitely a collective thing that we need to do, is releasing old belief systems, releasing beliefs about ourselves that we kind of adopted from others young, very young, that it's time to, the old is passing away, and the old structure and the old system of ways of thinking is moving away. And so this is definitely the time to do the work in order to, spiritual awareness, and just recognizing, I guess that's why I hesitated with the masters and teachers for healing. It's ultimately the goal is for us to have faith in that we all can do it. So I think it's a matter of just looking towards, the sunshine in the card. The best is yet to come, and we just have our work to do on ourselves and our beliefs. So.
I love that. I love that. Well, it's funny because as we were talking about Schumann, I have here, work on what has been spoiled. We need to work on healing, correct past mistakes, make repairs, clean up corruption, restore balance, and responsible action. If I had time, I don't have my book. I forgot that there was, I should have known that there's, for Pete's sakes, I Ching in these cards, but that would take too long to look them up. But I used to do I Ching readings, and I need to do them again. I really enjoyed them. But as we were talking about the Schumann resonance and the healing, we need to awaken to healing our bodies, our minds, our spirit, and the earth. And as far as clean up corruption, it's very hard to, the way this world is right now, to be that mass janitor and, but we can clean up the corruption that's around us. We can separate ourselves from those who are stealing our energies, or, those energy vampires, and try to, I've said this before, an affirmation is, I ask to be aligned with those who are in harmony with my energy, or in alignment with my energy. And when you do that, you start attracting like-minded people. And I have you, Sue, the more we surround ourselves with people who have that high vibration, that love vibration, the more that'll spread, and it'll keep away those others and hopefully rub off on them, right? But what an appropriate card. That was very simple. All right, are you ready then?
I'm ready.
Okay, as promised, I have Miss Odelia, and she would like to know, do you see marriage for me? Okay, I'm going to get into my other cards. Okay, so to turn it into a not yes or no question, what's the energy surrounding me? Up in the future. I'm getting one other deck out. If you're ready, you can go. I wasn't prepared for love questions tonight. I am now.
So the
I
first
haven't had
one,
them in a while. That's why.
I guess, I always kind of go this direction, and that, and it goes in the same vein of we're powerful manifestors. So, having an awareness for, that ideal person that you would like to be with, and trusting and having faith that that's who you're going to meet, is a powerful measure. So, if you see marriage for yourself, then it shall be. So, and that's not like a cop out. I have some cards too, but I just wanted to say that. So the first one is flexibility. So I think that this is all about, the willow. It's, the wind blows, the branches kind of sway and bend, but they don't break off. And I think this is the metaphor for, putting that intention out there, but things may come your way that are not necessarily in the form of the person that you might expect. So just being open to that. Sometimes we get so fixated on something or someone, or something we want or whatever else, that we put on blinders, so to speak. So I think that's the first. The second, I'm kind of lagging.
Oh, sorry. I meant to.
Oh, no. I
do that thing.
I was getting choppy.
I meant to do that.
The next one, taking shelter, the answers are within. So this is just kind of a sign of needing to take a break. Taking shelter, that means essentially turning within. Really, I think it's clearing the clutter. So whether that be about, maybe this could also be related to, maybe this is, taking some time for yourself first and doing some inner work before that marriage will come to fruition, which is kind of supported by also the power card, which is all about self-empowerment, standing in your strength, being brave, being, ready to confront the storm. So if anything, I think the guides are saying, you need to do some work and be flexible along the way, but work in turning in within, because the answers are there for you. But standing in your power and embracing your power and seeing yourself as a strong woman, I'm assuming. So that's kind of what I have for you.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Okay, Delia, I have here, let me do that. Whoops, whoa, sorry. Okay, so I have here this beautiful card. It says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So I felt like that went in line with what Jason was saying about doing some inner work and learning to love yourself. You got to bring in that energy. I'm having this vision here, visualizing in your heart space this beautiful pink light, and just imagine that light growing and growing to where it envelops your whole body, and just feel that as a spiritual hug from yourself. And I think you need to learn to love yourself first before you can move on into a relationship. But don't, this is also saying, don't make actions of because society is expecting it, is what's coming to me. Don't make an action because a society is saying this is what you should be doing. You need to do what's in your heart and stay with that, because I do see in the future, the first card was Ace of Cups. What a beautiful card. So Ace of Cups, cups are all about emotions, and aces are the beginning. So I do believe there's a beginning of a true relationship coming your way. I also have the Princess of Arrows, so it's kind of like the Cupid. So you do have someone coming into your life in the future. I can't say if it's tomorrow or next year, but it will happen when you are confident in yourself, loving yourself, and because that energy will radiate, and that's what's going to attract this person for you. And as Jason said, you need to be clear on what type of person you're looking for, and try to manifest that for yourself. So that's what I have for you, dear, and I hope that helps you out. And many blessings for you in that area. We all need some loving. So perfect. So thank you, Odelia. That was a beautiful question. I just want to, Jeff popped in. Hey, Jeff. Okay, so I just want to make sure I haven't missed anyone. I got Best Mom. So we can probably only take one more question tonight, and it just got asked. It just hasn't popped in chat here. All right, so oops. Okay, we have 10. So I'm afraid questions are closed. If we have time at the end, we'll just say hey. And Jeff says he'll ask you a question online. Fine. It's private.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, actually, a couple of weeks ago or last week, I had somebody kept wanting to ask me privately. It's like, but we are here publicly. So, yeah. So, okay. That was great. All right, so let me do this, and we will get to Samantha. Oh, birthday. Happy birthday. All right, let's do this. Samantha, what can you expect in your birthday year, your solar return? Can you hear my air conditioner when it was on just now? Like a hurricane that goes on. Oh my God.
I have a fan blowing, so I don't think it's pretty up here today. So I didn't hear it.
So annoying. Okay.
Especially when I do this, I get really hot, so just what the
I know. All right. Oh, so for July, okay, which is almost over. So I'm going to say about the next 3 months here. Poor things they do. Okay. All right. I never know if you want to go first or second. Let me know. If you're ready to say ready.
You can go first.
Okay. All right. I've got this. So, all right. So, oh my goodness. You got a bunch of cards by accident. Okay. Let's see what it says for you. Okay. The first card I got. The first card I got. Ooh, let me do me. Okay. All right. So I have here the Knight of Cups. So for me, that's like the knight in shining armor. So maybe you'll have a little bit of romance this month, or the beginning of a romance, or just romantic thoughts. But I think somebody might have you in their thoughts romantically is what I'm thinking here. And it's someone who seems to be well balanced, because there's a seahorse in here, and the seahorse, that's a beautiful seahorse. The seahorse represents the balance of the maternal and paternal instincts. So whether or not, if you're married, this could be your husband. If you're not married, this somebody might have you in their thoughts. For July-ish, I'm thinking the next 3 months, there needs to be time for some healing, because it seems to me you might be mourning someone or a situation, but usually for me, a 5 of Cups is mourning someone who's passed. So it could be that you're just being a little melancholy, thinking about them, missing them once in a while. But this cup here in the corner tells me that they recognize this, and they want you to know that they are there surrounding you with love, and they wanted you to know that things are going to be okay. And it's okay if you miss them, but don't make it an overwhelming emotion for yourself. Here's that healing card I was talking about. So what I love about this healing card is there's action to it. So it's like you're coming into the cycle of healing that will allow you to release something that's been holding you down or holding you back. And this is a white horse. So horse represents freedom, and being this is a white horse, and it's coming out of this person. It's like a spiritual awakening for you. That's what that means to me. And then I got influence. Courtship. Oh, courtship, mutual attraction, genuine affection, natural magnetism, stimulation, and connecting. Ooh, I got fumble fingers tonight. So I love this for you. So I do believe that you might have a little bit of romance in your life here very soon. And then I got a decrease card. So your spirit guides are just asking that you do some cutting back and be frugal and let go of things. So apparently you have a lot of stuff, like physical stuff, material stuff that you need to let go of, because it's taking up your energy space. So you need to expand your energy, and doing this is by taking things that you just don't need anymore, take it to Goodwill, rehome it, and they're just saying less is more. We can't take it with us when we go, and there's some things we hold on to because somebody gave it to us. And it's okay to let go of those things too. You can take a picture of it and say, remember when you gave me? But anyway, Samantha, I see some good things for you. I see some healing for you. And once you're doing this healing and finish with this healing, it's going to open up some good things for you coming your way. So thank you for that question. And as always, I'd like to ask that if you could leave some comments to let us know if we're resonating with you, if we're off base, or if it's a good message for you. So thank you for that, Samantha. So good luck with that. So that's 2 now that might have some possible relationships coming.
Well, I'll say the first thing I wrote down is you are enough. So I feel like this could be applied in many different ways. I think the main message right now is just developing your sense of self-worth and knowing that you are enough. So that could be applying to, I'm curious because Ginger was talking about relationships. So I'm wondering if it is a relationship with love itself, that's worthy of being loved and giving love in return. And I think that, again, this is about empowerment too. So knowing that you're protected, with a little lightning bolts above, meaning, you can take refuge under the tree, which I think really represents spirit, and knowing that it's okay to there's no right and wrong decisions, good or bad, that it's all a learning process and that you're protected along the way. I think this is also about there's a lot of love for you to give, but I think that, like Ginger said, with the decluttering the home, I know that like our home is an extension of our own like spiritual state. So I think that the decluttering is also a matter of, cleaning your home, but it's also clearing your space and clearing your energy in order to invite new and better things into your life. And then the final card is trust. Trusting yourself and trusting your team and trusting that you are exactly where you need to be right now. And again, always the moon stands out to me in terms of divine empowerment and really tapping into that too. So I hope that resonates.
Yeah. She was agreeing. Might be loving myself more. She also said, been married for a long time and taking the rubbish out. I know. I mean, does he at least do it in boxers or something? All right. So, yeah. So maybe we need to spice up that relationship. Of course, sometimes we need to take the initiative. And I love the idea of, I don't know what your weather is like, but just even a simple picnic in the backyard. That's romantic and inexpensive. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we have Fatima and message from Spirit.
Sometimes things pop in my head, and for some odd reason, it was, if you don't have any room to rumble, or no, if you don't have any room to tumble, you don't have any room to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Must be funny in terms of making space.
Exactly. That's funny. Right. All right. Oh, we got a popper. Okay.
Oh, Jackie's saying to take your banner down.
To who? What? Oh, duh. Thank you, Jackie. That's why we pay her and love well. Well, here we go. I'll put this one up. Okay. Do I have a questions close? I don't think I have questions close. That's close enough. Okay. All right, Fatima. What do your spirit guides have to say? Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay. You good, or you want me to go?
Ready, you're welcome to. I'm still.
Right then. Oh, see, now look what happens. The algorithm is used to you going first. Okay, dear. Okay, I have some fun for you. Fatima, it seems to me you have some wishes coming to fruition for you. Something to celebrate soon. I love this card because it's got the two pubs and going out and celebrating. Cheers. But some abundance is coming in for you because, we have the grapes here, and grapes symbolize abundance, and drinking the fruits of your labor. So you've been working hard on something that is coming to fruition, and it's something to celebrate. And it looks like when things start going, they're going to come in fast. We have the Eight of Wands here. So Eight of Wands are all about moving forward and fast movement. And I don't know if you have any Sagittarius energies in your chart or know of someone, but there's a Sagittarius in here, so I thought I'd mention that. You know, these wands are all about creativity. They're all about your ambitions, your the passions that you hold within you. And I love the wands in this deck because they have crystals on them. So you have that elemental power up. What do I want to say? Elemental surge. I don't know, something. So whatever it is, it seems pretty big and powerful. And there's a moon in here, so it might be happening when it's waning moon. So that's when the moon is starting to go darker after the full moon. And so that might be a good period for you. I don't know if you know your cycles, but that's my happy period, is the waning moon. And then I got these beautiful colors in this card. It says development, gradual progress, continuity, slowly but surely, adaptability, a time-honored approach. Okay, very interesting. Hang on a second. There's a message there. Time-honored approach. So it's how you approach this to bring it to fruition. It's going to be in a very respectable way. And there's something more to that, and I can't quite grasp at it right now. But I think it's funny. It says slowly but surely, but then I got the Eight of Wands. So I think the process of this has been slow. But once it takes off, it's going to take off. So I don't know if any of that might resonate with something that you're that's on your mind or you're currently involved in. But that's my message for you, Fatima. I love that for you. I love that energy for you. And to you, Jason.
So the first one I have is distant thunder clearing the air. Sometimes this is about, you know, the storm might be approaching, or this storm might be leaving, and I feel like in your case it's the storm that's passed, but there's also this feeling of you have some attachment to some type of storm that moved through your life in some way that's important to be released. It could be regret or shame, or which Spirit said, you know, we can't hold on to those things. Just looking at it as a learning experience, which I'm kind of being led to this card, the Crystal Cave of Trust, which is all, you know, has the amethyst. So this could be spiritual storm. What that means, I don't know. It kind of just popped in my head, but maybe it's, you know, battling old belief systems. I don't want to kind of go back this direction, but, you know, maybe refreshing and renewing and letting go of old beliefs in order for your own progress. So this kind of aligns with, this is kind of a turning point for all of us, that we need to just let go of the past and then just look towards the future. So stop looking back at the storms of the past, and just trusting that you can move forward in the best way possible. And then interestingly, truth comes up again. So I think it's pointing to just trusting your inner truth, trusting your intuition. And, you know, it's a time of empowerment and embodiment. So stepping into your power, whatever that might mean to you. If it is about the spiritual, it's like, you know, maybe going full force into whatever. Oh, okay. Want to pay siblings. My parents' house, lots of arguments. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I prayed a lot more. Yeah, I think that, I mean, I think this kind of applies, you know, trusting in spirit and trusting in support and and guidance, and that they hear you. And then I think the truth, and now that I have that information, I mean, I think that the truth will prevail. It always does. It has to. So, you know, if there's disagreements and dishonesty, that just making sure you stick to what you know to be the case, and things will work out. So I kind of took me a different direction. So
yeah. So maybe that's the project that's been at hand, and maybe that's why that saying, a time-honored approach. It's interesting. So yeah, so I believe it, you know, if we take all that and then use mine at the end, that the end results will be in your favor. And then Jeff is here having his own fun. I'm following along, and then during a reading, I don't want to bring it up during a reading, but I'm all about in touch with your inner child. It's just ridiculous. So I don't know your name, I'm sorry, but they signed up for your English class, that inner child.
yeah,
Jeff, can you go into that inner child? I don't know if I can make it. I'm trying to figure out. I gotta look at my
it actually sold out.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we put a limit in it just so that everyone can get,
Yes.
you know, time.
Yes.
So yeah, it went pretty quick. It sold out.
That's great. Okay, that's what I get for hesitating. Usually I'm right there and I catch them and sign up right away. And this time I've just been preoccupied with trying to make a career change.
I'm sure we'll do more in the future. So
earlier he was talking about pendulums and Ouija boards. He's ordering a Ouija board. So let me ask you, Jason, what's your opinion on the Ouija board, if you have one?
You know, my
Mel, you're next if you are in the chat still. Let me know.
I think it's all about intention.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't, you know, I have kind of a family. I haven't had personal experiences, but my family has, in terms of it not being the best thing. But I think it's also, you know, going in with an awareness and intention that isn't, you know, being aware of what you could be communicating with and making it very clear of, I don't want
following the rules.
I don't want darkness telling me things, is kind of along the line is. So, I mean, I don't have anything against it. I just prefer not to go that route.
That would be a good segue for my earthquake story. So I lived in Long Beach, California. It's my home base. It's hometown. And well, I was born in San Diego, but Long Beach was home base. And so I was like 21. And I was staying with my grandmother, and my friend was a singer in a band. And so we went to band practice. And when the night was over, I think it was around 2 a.m. when I got home, and I was laying in bed, and all of, you know, so my head's humming from all the loud music, and it's just twirling all over. And then I'm all of a sudden like popping up, or like evil clown images. I'm like, but I like clowns. Why are they attacking me? And so I was remembering what my grandmother had told me when you have fear of something. And she's like, devil, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. So I remembered this. So I started saying, devil, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. Devil, I rebuke you. And the third time I finished saying that, my bed started shaking. I'm like, oh my God, I pissed off the devil. He's after me. And it started shaking even more. I'm like, what's going on? And I hear my grandmother, it's an earthquake. Get in the doorway. It was my first, I've always felt the little earthquake. It was my first real shaker where the house was.
Oh, so it was an earthquake? Oh.
Earthquake. Not the devil.
Well, it's so strange that you say that, because my mom's experience was like, my grandma was absolutely not, that's not happening. And my mom, she was a kid, and she had, her room was in the basement, and so she said that there was one light bulb in the middle of the room, and so you'd have to go through complete darkness to turn it on. So she always felt like someone was there.
Yeah.
So she got a Ouija board and started asking questions by herself. And it was answering her, like it gave her a male's name and all this information. And then she, according to her, it started like vibrating and shaking. And so it freaked her out, and she ran upstairs to my grandparents and said my grandma was not happy, and she threw it out. So that's my family history about, yeah.
The devil. You know, I had a couple reoccurring dreams about being in that, because, you know, Long Beach is part of the LA County. But I'd be in the middle of the city, and for some reason there's this giant swimming pool there, but it's not full. I think there was some water in it. And it was like the devil was coming out of the ground, and I was going to be in that pool because he's hot and that water is going to sizzle him out. But there wasn't really a whole lot of water in there. And of course, by that time, panicking, I wake up. Like, what the? Yeah, those were on influenced.
Maybe it was just don't go swimming tomorrow.
Swimming in LA, that's for sure.
I would believe the devil's in
LA Basin, right? Okay, let me just go to chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. I think he's calling you the real deal.
My greater intuition.
I don't know.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so Kristen Louise popped in somewhere in there. Okay, Mel is here, so Mel is next. All right, let's do this. Okay, message from her spirit guide, please. Okay, Mel. I guess you're next because you're up.
Okay.
I'm dropping all my cards on you.
I need to step away 2 seconds. So
let's do this. Where am I? Okay. I might take the 2 cards that just popped out on me. Mel, your guides are saying that there's a time you're going through a transition. Let me, I wanted one more card, please. Oh, for Pete's sakes, that's not one. Okay. Okay, I'll show you. Un momento, por favor. Okay. All right. Okay, so I have here La Transición. That was horrible. Okay, I love this death card because it's de los Moren. Oh my God. I've never fumbled that saying. De los Muertos. Thank you. They celebrate the dead. They celebrate transitioning. So I feel like you're doing some sort of a spiritual transitioning right now. This horse is green. So first of all, horses, of course, is representing freedom and moving forward. And because this is such a beautiful green, this has something to do with healing for you. So there's a transition of some healing going on within you. Thought I saw something else in here. Anyways, she's wearing a mask. So I feel like you've been wearing a mask that you need to take off and let the world see you as Mel, and not to resist this transition, because some good things are coming your way. You have the 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is also about family legacies, you know, A lot of happy emotions going on. You got your trusty puppy there. I think you have only one dog. Um, Somehow a cat got in the mix there, so you might be adopting a kitty. I don't know, but it could be. Maybe it's representing. So some rabbits had babies in Mill's yard in a planter, I think it was. And so she's been playing mommy to some baby bunnies that finally grew up, grew out and left her. But then now they're coming back and visiting her, saying that they love her place. So they'll always come back to visit you. So I have the magician here. Ta-da! Okay, so for this transformation that you're going through, this transition, not transformation, I'm sorry, transition that you are going through, you have resources around you to help you through this transition. And your resources are friends, are family. It's also about, because in this particular one, I feel he's scrying. And Mel and I had a conversation today about her channeling. And I really think that she needs to follow that channeling path and go with it, go with the flow. And not to resist change, because sometimes when the universe is having us go through a transition, that messes with our emotions, it messes with our spirit. And we seem a little lost and taken aback. And that's when we need to just step back, breathe, and do some assessing. Figure out where you want to go, how you want to move forward. What resources do you need to move forward with these ideas? So that's something to, I'm going to say research, because he's also got this book here. So research. You have a lot of magic within you, I'm seeing in this picture. You have a lot of magic in you that you are suppressing, and it needs to come out. It wants to come out. It wants to go through this transition here. And I'm going to pull a Tao real quick from the Tao Oracle. So final answer, spirit guides. Okay. All right. Deliverance, release, relief, a fresh approach, liberation from obstruction, finding a solution, exhilaration. Just what I was saying, only in other words. So see here, he's in a lightning storm, but he's reaching out to that lightning, because to me, I'm seeing that as divine energy, trying to reach out to him, and he's trying to reach it midway. And so, okay, I just hear in my mind, you have to have an affirmation. I am open and receptive to this divine energy that wants to flow through me. And I think that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I feel like I don't need to talk about these cards because you already said it all, but
It happens.
Because this is just kind of confirming all that Ginger said. So I just had the realization this is like a dormant volcano, and it's about potential. So I think that just aligns with what Ginger said, that there is this burning power that's within that just needs to be released. But I think doing the research and being kind of not careful, but just paying attention to things that come your way is important. The foggy bog, which is about patience. So I know this is about, you might feel like things are unclear right now about what direction to take, but that's just trusting that this is kind of the period for you to turn within. But still acknowledge that you do have an immense potential that's just waiting to come forth like I don't think of burning, exploding volcanoes the best analogy for that. No, I don't want to burst into flames, but
that sudden eruption.
Yeah. Be patient. Slow trickle of lava. And then narrow pathway, treading thoughtfully. So again, I think this is just, you're in a time of transition, like Ginger said, and just not making any type of huge commitments or huge leaps, and just kind of going with the flow and accepting things as they come to you. So no fire.
No burning village.
Yeah. Oh, volcanoes are big for me in my past. Interesting.
Oh, cool. Nancy, did you have a question? For some reason, you got starred and it just says, "Hi, Debbie." Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was an awesome reading for you. Nancy, did you have a question, or did I just star you for the halibut? Well, speaking of, we had some really good fish last week. We had mahi on the grill. Oh, that came out so good. No question tonight. Okay, sweetie. All right, then Debbie. Debbie, come right up. Okay. The next contestant, you might be right. Okay, wedding bells, wrong deck. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Me, you, me, you, him, me, him, me.
You can go.
I want you to go. There we go. Oh, now I just blew everything up. Escape. All right. I'm big in both of us. Hit my screen. Okay. All right. What I see for you is, I'll go with my first card. Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is making that love connection or a deep connection. So I'm not going to say marriage, yes or no. I'll just say there's a deep connection in your future. And some of us like to just love to, they want a life partner, and sometimes they don't want the ceremony of a wedding. But I love this because it's just interesting. So, interesting. So you'll have to let us know if this happens during a storm, because off in the distance there's some lightning going on. So lightning strikes. So so I feel like this place that it would happen is near some area where there's a lot of little streams or inlets of I think that's the ocean off in the corner. So there's a storm off in the ocean. So for me, that's like saying you might be going through rough seas before you meet this person, because also I got the 8 of Arrows here. So for me, it's like you're worrying too much about something that is preventing you from moving forward with a relationship, or you have too much of a past hurt in your heart still that you need to release. This card that flew out at me says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is deep as an ocean. So I do believe in the future that there is some deep love for you. I want to pull one more card real quick. But if there's something that you need to release before this happens, whether it's some insecurity about love. Yeah, so I got 3 of staves here. So yeah, so a new journey awaits. These so yeah, that's funny because 3 of staves is often about waiting for that ship to come in. So while you wait, don't put yourself in distress about it. That right person will come along at the right time, and it's almost like this will happen after you've gone through some things and healed from it to move forward. But I do believe you have a beautiful relationship coming for you in the future. Beautiful. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
You.
I think that, it's along the lines of what Ginger said too. The first one is just seeking to find inner peace about yourself. So this goes to trusting that things are coming and unfolding as they will. There's an aspect of this with the two koi fish that I almost feels like that represents like the duality, that it has to be this or that, or one thing or another. And it could be maybe possibly not necessarily wedding bells, but maybe, a partnership or something along that line, which I think that's what Ginger just said in terms of maybe it's not a traditional ceremony. It's just, a union of sorts. I also have the owl spirit, which is about wisdom. Of course, it's about, tapping into your own inner wisdom and listening to yourself in terms of what to do at a particular time. But this is also about, that, I don't want to say eagle eye because it's an owl, but, looking around for signs and symbols and messages. I feel like your spirit team is kind of like leading you in the direction that you need to go, and you're not fully paying attention. And then, which I'm being reminded again of, sometimes we get so fixated on a thing or an idea that we're missing other things that we might need to be also focusing on. And another thing here, protected by angels. Knowing that you're safe and protected. And this also means that in some ways you are an angel for others, and that you do bring light to others, and that's part of your own internal gift. So I think having the faith in, the light that you carry will also attract to you the union relationship, or, however that manifests for you. So.
There you go. Love it. Someone once told me, because I thought I was at a Renaissance fair, and a pirate was flirting with me, and I thought for sure he'd ask me for my phone number. And when I was telling my dad about this, I'm like, I don't understand. And he said that was your angels protecting you from him. Like, oh, okay. So if you're interested in something, it's not happening, and you can't figure out why, your angels know why, and they're protecting you. So I love that you got that card for her, Jason.
Yeah.
Perfect. And she says she loves the ocean. So yeah. So perfect. How are you feeling, Jason? Ready?
I'm feeling fine.
Good. All right. All right. I love this. Dawn loves Mousy. So sweet. So is your cat named Mousy? Oh yeah, Scott. That was my dad who passed last November. Okay, so regarding healing. Oh wait. She had a different question. I could have sworn. Well, maybe she didn't, and I just started thinking it was a question. Okay. Well, how about let's just give her a question. Dawn, are you still here? Yes, she is. Okay, yes. Dawn, would you like a message from your spirit guide? She says, sure. Sure. She'll take a message. Oh, what they're talking about. A psychic. Okay, Miss Dawn. I love this. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Dwayne. You too have someone wanting to romance you. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, no, wrong card. It is a knight. All right. Okay. Okay. Since you hummed. Oh, yeah, now you made me snort. Oh my God. Humming and snorting. Okay.
You know, when I was a teacher, I already knew this, but like my ability to hide facial expressions and like not make noises is pretty much zero. So it's particularly funny for students when like someone would say something and I would only make a face and yeah. So I'm used to the snorts and laughs.
Oh, thank you, Mel.
Oops.
I saw that, Jackie. Sorry. She retracted my psychic ability.
So I this first one, the Guardians of the Land and Protection. So this could be a time that you need to spend more time in nature and connecting with the earth and grounding and things like that. And it's also having faith and empowerment, because there's the elk, which personally I see as strength and courage and kind of a grace and majesticness. So knowing that you have all that on your side in terms of where you are on your life path right now. Once again, this card comes up very frequently. Yeah. So it's the Voyage card, which has the whale with it's kind of hard to see here, but it's a little baby whale that's suspended by many different little strings. Well, it wouldn't be strings, but ropes, I guess, would be the term. This is just saying that, your guides are always with you, above you, or behind you. Oh, Ginger disappeared. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to see the whale strings.
Oh. I was like, okay.
The magical whale strings.
I'll go solo. So this is just a reminder that you have your team on your side, and that you are protected, and also it's not about the journey, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So I think this is just goes with the grounding, like being in the present, the here and now, and living in now and not worrying about the future. Interesting that this came up again. So the narrow pathway, alongside these other cards, I just feel like this might not necessarily be the time that you should make any spontaneous decisions. I think that they're directing you just to really get in touch with yourself, with nature, grounding, kind of developing a firm base along the way. So that's that.
Love it. Okay, so Miss Dawn. Okay, speaking of your future, I have the Knight. Oh, wait. Where am I? Hop on over here. Scooch over, Jason. I'm coming through. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so he is a very practical person, very resourceful, and he's making plans for his future. And so sometimes money isn't abundant to think you think it's not abundant enough to put away for the future, but every little bit that you can put away is enough. It's enough for that moment. You can do more later, do a little bit here, do, not at all 1 month, but planning for your future is what this card is speaking of. And he's doing it very diligently, and he's very thoughtful process to make his savings. So I don't know if you're saving for something particular, or it's just asking you to be resourceful with your resources. So that's him. We have the king. I love this king. Oh my gosh. King of Swords. He's mastered all this planning. He doesn't get where he is just from swimming out in the pond, going fishing. He's done a lot of planning, a lot of resourceful thinking. And the eagles here are just mastery. That they represent mastery. They represent soaring to spiritual heights. And actually, I have a note on eagles here. I want to read it to you because I love this saying. Actually, I put it on my oogly. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. You are on a spiritual journey. It's asking you to let go of the past in order to soar. So there's a lot of protection around you, and the eagle's about spirituality. So this is just a really nice card for you. So I feel like a lot of with all this careful planning of what you're doing will be a successful thing. And then I got this beautiful card called Increase. Sharing, reaping rewards, overflow, expansion, flowering, encouragement, fertile ground, and abundance. So it's amazing how that comes up after I'm talking about you saving, or so maybe you have some money coming, unexpected money coming your way, and it'll be enough for you to share the love, maybe take someone out to dinner or something, but you can help people out with this money. I just feel like your guides are just encouraging you along, so keep doing what you're doing. So I hope that helps, Miss Dawn. Good night, Mel. I always get sleepy after dinner too. But
it's interesting. I wanted to say eagle eye, and then eagle was on the card. But,
yeah, I just love this artwork. Okay. Alrighty then. We have next is Sue Toffee. And I've told her this before. Toffee is like one of my favorite candies. When I eat candy, it's going to be toffee. Good old Heath bar. Okay, so Dawn, let me just highlight this real quick. Okay. What is this? Okay, love this. Thank you. Learning to share and be a healer, and my money for my kids' college. Perfect. So I'm going to say from my own experience, the money for college really helps when their grades are great and tuitions come in and help do that. But I feel that saving, I don't think you need to worry about the college. You might have just enough for a little bit of the tuitions that you might have to put in, but if they can get some scholarships, and there's so much out there, so there's some resources for you to look up. There's always these either state or government. My son got Life Scholarship. It's called Life Scholarship, so look into that. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. All right, back to you. Sorry, Sue. Here we are. Love interest in your future, like coming in sometime in the next 5 years. 5 years. All right. Get some love questions tonight, Jason. All right. A lot can happen in 5 years. All right, I'm gonna let you go.
I think I'm lagging. Okay. Oh, okay.
Now your computer's making funny noises.
Oh, is that me? Okay. That's weird. Okay. I'm also lagging a little bit. Yes. Well, the first one is that kind of made me laugh is especially if. Wow, I'm having problems. Okay.
Yeah, you're a little. You're stuttering.
I'm beeping and everything else. Okay. The frog spirit. So I can't help but think of the potential story behind kissing the frog and finding your prince. So I'm wondering, maybe this person is already in your life that you wouldn't necessarily consider to be someone who would be a love interest, not a frog, but just someone who you wouldn't identify with. So the possibility of it just being already before you, but you might not be seeing the full I was going to say full package. So whatever that would mean. Next part is delight with the sparrows. This also is a scene, a message of like sparrows are greater in numbers and they usually stay together. So this is a meaning along the lines of that valuing friendships, and also maybe it's within a circle of friends or someone who's close to you in your pack, so to speak. It's not a pack bird; it's a flock of birds.
Well, these days.
I haven't been drinking.
They come in herds.
And the last one is enthusiasm, butterflies, transformation, shout to the heavens with happiness. So I think this is kind of twofold. First, it's having gratitude for where you are and all that you've experienced, but also acting as though that person, that love interest, is already coming towards you, and acting as though he or she's already there. Again, I feel like that love interest is already around you, is what I kind of feel like. So that's that.
That's that. Okay. That would make sense with this one card, because I was like, how am I going to play this? It's 2 of arrows, and it's like she's sleeping beauty. So it's like she's like you're sleeping right now, so you're not recognizing that someone's interested in you. So I think that's how that would make sense to me. So being 2 of arrows, there's some decisions you're having to make, and maybe you're afraid to go forward and get into a relationship, and you're just not sure. But it's like somebody's like, but I have an arrow for you. It's like, here are my thoughts. Arrows in are these in this this would be like swords, thoughts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's like subliminally trying to get into your thoughts, like recognize me, recognize me. Because it's funny, I have this card. It says, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So, as I was just talking about thoughts here, um, release all those fears, release all those self-limiting thoughts that you might be having right now. Because I got the Queen of Pentacles. Queens are about setting up their space, and here it's all about resources and health and time and energy and using her intuition. So, so I feel like you need to set up this space in your mind about moving forward and having a deep, meaningful relationship, because like Jason, somebody's out there wanting your attention, and your limiting thoughts are blindfolding you to this person. But Queen of Coins, that's just the Queen of Coins, I love her because she's also about being very humble, enjoying her. She loves creating, so she loves creating, whether it's baking, knitting, artwork of some sort. So in doing something like that, that frees your mind of unwanted thoughts and limiting thoughts, because you're focusing on something you love doing. And when you bring that energy forward, that will, I think, clear your vision to see this person who might be waiting for you. So
Something that kind of hit me, and I thought was interesting because of the, the frog, fairy tale, and then you had the fairy tale card.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like, it's a matter of looking through kind of the child's eyes, like getting in touch with your inner child, and without the baggage of being older and experiencing life, kind of approaching this with the same sense of wonderment and openness and not being jaded. I know that's not exactly a positive term, but it's what came to mind. But I think it's that kind of that delight and that wonderment, and it's the receptivity and, seeing spirit and seeing the magic in life and believing miracles to be true. So that just kind of hit me when it was two fairy tales.
Right. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, and I'll just always preach, be in touch with that inner child. We need to be in wonderment and awe each and every day. Something needs to bring delight to us.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps us youthful inside. I don't know if Ness is still here, and I meant to show this a long time ago, and I don't know if you caught it in chat. You did read it? Did you? Okay.
Can you pick? I didn't experience this weekend's grief.
So, I guess at the time he didn't pick up on what you might be talking about. You were talking about grief, but over this weekend, I believe he experienced that. So I think it's just a shout out to you, information of your reading you gave him.
No, I kind of feel like I want to say it's not what we would, grief can exist in many different forms. So it could be like the grief of a relationship, or the grief of, turning over a new leaf and sometimes making a decision to move forward. And so I feel like it's along those lines, that it's not necessarily like loss of a loved one per se, but more just the end of something that means a lot to you, but it's part of the process and part of the cycle. So that's kind of what I'm getting now. So I don't know if that maybe resonates, or actually maybe that something in that form might have happened since the last reading. So I'm just kind of being nudged to go in that direction.
I don't know if he's still in chat. I meant to bring him
Okay.
some time ago. Well, G had some message. Ginger Jason read for me recently. Ginger asked what project I started. I held back. Now I'm confident and share my project. I'm working on healing my heart. It is a wonderful project. Oh, that's wonderful, Joe. Many blessings to you in your heart healing. Love that. You should talk about getting a rose quartz ring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rose quartz is one of my favorite stones to have around me. Definitely good for you. And also green, your green adventurine, I think it is also really good for heart healing.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to look that up. I think it's green adventurine. So you're very welcome, Joe. Thank you so much. Okay. We have, are you good for two more?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Best mom. Wondering if one night she woke up in my spirit body and saw an enormous pillar of white light at the end of my bed. Was it angelic? Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to pull cards for this one. I just, Spirit, it's kind of a matter of, I think this is a case of we're asking of, sometimes we ask questions because we don't want to listen to our inner voice. And so I think the fact that your first instinct was to think that it was something angelic, to go with it. I know that Spirit will always manifest in ways that we connect the most with. So if that's what immediately popped into your head, I would trust that. It's just a matter of, I feel like it's kind of going a little bit deeper, like what other sensations, and if there was some type of awakening or information that might have been communicated for you that might have been missed in terms of, oh my God, what's at the end of my bed? So I guess that's kind of the nudges I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then, so I'm just going to pull an oracle card on what message might be in there for you.
Actually, I'll do one too.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm wondering if this spiritual being was one of your healing angels. Because I got the card of healing, and restoring balance. So it could be a being, one of your healing beings there, to let me look in this image real quick. So it's almost as if you're being asked to do some spiritual grounding. In this image, this person is planting a tree. So it's almost that would be metaphorically, I think, because it's like in this image are antlers on the ground. So it's almost like, I don't know if it's ancestral healing, and then I got some tingles there. So something to do with ancestral healing, I think. And that tree is representing family. So it might be asking you to repair a family, hang on, to renew. I can't put this into words. I'm seeing these visions, but I just can't put it into words. It's almost like a rebirth is going to be happening for you, and it might be healing ancestral lines for you. And then you beginning your own lineage from here forward, because we have the power to break some ancestral things that aren't serving us, our body's highest good, moving forward. I didn't say that right at all, right there. But anyways, I'm getting some ancestral energies here. Jason!
I pulled, I went in and pulled a card. This is, woo.
It's woo. Oh.
I'm lagging, so I'm going in reverse from what I'm actually doing. That's weird. The Toadstool card. This is all about, and I think it's really an interesting kind of parallel, you know, that toadstools typically kind of grow in the darkness or shaded areas. I know this is also about that, you know, it's what just lies beneath the surface is about to take form and take shape. So I almost want to say that there was some type of activation involved for you. Ginger's picking up on the ancestral lines, or I'm just wondering if there was something else that maybe that's going to allow, you know, something to come forth for you in some way that's been there a while, but maybe this was a little jump start and head start, because I know that a lot of us there's a lot of switches being turned on right now, so I kind of am being led that direction a little bit too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of spiritual switches being turned on.
Yeah, and sometimes
it can be overwhelming because I got my dimmer on, so I do it slowly.
I mean, some people, I've had a couple clients, it's like a floodlight. It's like, what the heck is going on with, you know, visions and automatic writing and multi-dimensional battles and everything else, and they're like, am I losing my mind?
Well, recently, I for like a good week, I kept seeing like white little, they weren't shaped like an orb, but they were just like this fuzzy shadow that would just but then again, I did have a dog that I just had to have transitioned, and I don't know if it's him visiting or
It's funny you say that, because I don't see a lot of stuff, and earlier when we were on here, I looked to the side and I saw this dark fuzzy thing, and I thought, was that an orb? But it was dark, it wasn't light, so that's kind of weird. Yeah,
it's tribbles. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, we have dun, 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 last but not least, McBee. Oh, oh, wow, we've got a lot of relationship readings tonight. I don't think we had but one last time. Oh, by the way, did you see that Horseshoe Toffee was watching our live from 4 weeks ago? But yet, she must have left out of the stream and then popped back in, because she did leave the question.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. So it makes me wonder, do I need to change the thumbnail for you each time? I'm in love with that. Sorry. I love it. It's I love you're one of my favorite thumbnails I made. Okay, McBee. I'm going to call you McBee if that's okay. McBee. Okay, so you're in a current relationship. Is this correct? All right, current relationships. The energy, I can do the energy of guidance. Okay, so you're not asking about how they feel, so that's good. Okay. It's magic. Ooh. One more. Okay. Me me.
Go for it.
Okay, look, here I am, popped up.
Okay.
Okay. I must sit first. Okay. My first card came up was Magic. We have Merlin and Vivian. I love that. Okay, so guidance on your relationship. So I'm going to make sure I'm not on base, off base. I want to make sure I'm not on base. Okay, let me look at this image first. Hang on. I feel like, okay, now please leave a message in the comment because this can go two ways. First way is I feel like there's an imbalance. Because see, Merlin here is too busy focusing on work. And Miss Vivian, it could be, I'm going to go Viviani. Where is Viviani? She wasn't in chat tonight. Okay, so so she's holding a bowl. Can't quite tell if that's a flame or a potion. She's a magic potion. Okay, so right now, let me know. Hey, Beck, is McBee here? So I would like to know if I'm off base, on base. McBee, hello? If you're not here, you're just going to get a short version here. Because I need the energy right now. So right now, I just feel like things are a little imbalanced because not only because of the expressions here in this card, I feel like he's just more focused on his work. McBoo. Ow! I love it. I was like, McBoo? McBoo, are you here?
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to assume.
Well, they were bigger than the McBee part. Okay, so anyways, so somebody here is so focused on work and the other one's trying to get his or her attention. And so I feel like an imbalance here because of the Six of Pentacles. There needs to be a balance of give and take in a relationship, of course. Respect, time, just energy. And so I think one person is trying to ask for a little more balance in this relationship. So that would be my my guidance to you, is trying to bring balance to the relationship. I got Triumph though. So I believe things will come together. It's just there's some distractions going on right now. And who is this? This is Dionysus and Adriadne. Butchered that one. Anyway, so I got the Triumph here. It's the World card. And so there's cycles, endings, beginnings. She's holding something behind her back. So no secrets. No secrets. If you want a relationship to work. But it says Triumph. So I believe things will work out. But somebody's just a little distracted and needs to be reeled back in. So that's what I'm saying. Oh, thank you, Beck.
You know that I had this similar, like it could go two ways type thing. So
it didn't work. Hang on, I'm bringing you over.
Kind of like based on either this could be a new beginning within the relationship, or it seems like the either or, like either things need to change for the better, or they're not, and it's time to because I had the new beginnings, the Daffodil Fairy, So definitely, I think that correlates with, you know, something's out of balance, and there needs to be kind of a whether it needs to be acknowledged that things are out of balance, because sometimes we don't express that. We just continue the same old because it's comfortable. But I think Spirit's saying that something needs to happen one way or the other, and ultimately it's up to the two of you whether or not that should occur. I haven't seen this card very much. The Wonders card, which is about it's a quartz crystal. And again, it's interesting. We were talking about wonder earlier, so I don't know if it's a matter of having the childlike optimism in this situation, you know, moving forward and kind of regrouping, and it could be maybe even going back to the beginning of your relationship and maybe not starting over, but maybe doing things as when you first were meeting, and rekindling that.
Rekindle, that's the word I was
looking for. And this last card, Great Adventure.
Ooh.
Take a risk, ventured forward. I almost feel like it's the same thing. Like, you have the opportunity to work on this and making something really great, or you can not address it, and then it's, you know, taking a risk in terms of maybe it's time to move on and, you know, kind of sail away on your own boat. So I think that's kind of where it is. Like, it could go either way just based on how much commitment both of you have to the relationship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you watch back, please leave notes in the comments to let us know if we were on base, off base. But yeah, definitely rekindling energy is needed, I think, in this. Yeah. So, all right then.
Yeah.
We have actually finished all these beautiful questions. Please remember, as my scroller is saying, like, share, subscribe. Jason's channel, hello, live, say it. What's the live? Okay.
I think I'm contagious. I rubbed off on you.
We've been on for 2 hours.
Yeah, discover your light.
Discover your light. I knew light was in there. Fantabulous light. And then also your website, that I believe is in the description.
Yeah.
And then, visit the website, especially because he does these workshops. I call them workshops. Would you call them? Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And then apparently now he's so popular, they fill up fast. So as soon as you sign up for his email, go sign up for these beautiful hypnosis classes, which is beautiful meditations.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed them very much. I'm very picky. I've told Jason this before. I'm picky about who my meditator mentors are.
Yeah.
I love his techniques. So I believe you guys would be missing out on something if you don't attend one of these.
Thanks.
And you have one coming up.
I'll be honest. I think the reason why we did the inner child one is that seems to be kind of like what everyone's either inspired to do or gravitating towards. So I think that's more so why it filled up so quickly, because we kind of developed it based off of, especially the other workshops when people were seeing themselves as children. So it's like,
that last meditation when we were meeting our spirit animal, I think it was. I suddenly was like a 7-year-old running through the fields, and I loved it. But thank you, Jackie. You should put your
thank you.
website up there. So so highly recommend. Highly recommend. Now I know I was going to say something I say almost in every live I do, because I do think it's very important that we keep in touch with our inner child. I feel like this is a horrible analogy, but it just came into my head and it makes sense. For those who retire, they're hesitant to retire because that's when they get old. So because they're not busy anymore. So some retire, but they stay busy and they keep living. They keep living. Some, when they retire to the recliner and they grow old fast. And so I always say, stay in touch with the inner child. Keeps you young. It keeps you laughing more. I mean, it keeps your energy more beautiful and laughing. And for
Yeah.
me, I every situation I am in, I go in with the intentions of making somebody laugh. There's not enough laughter. Laughter is just, the best medicine, right? And so I think it's very important that we do that. On a sad day or a day you're just not feeling it, go think of something you did when you were young and go out and do that. Like I
Yeah.
say, I still go out and pick dandelions and make a wish and blow, and then turn the stem into a little horn. It sounds like a little kazoo. That's fun if you haven't done it. One of these days on my lives, I'll bring one up here and to do it, because nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I've heard about the laugh yoga. I'm not so sure.
Laugh yoga. There she is, Viviani. We were just talking about you. Or were you lurking? Yeah. Were you lurking tonight? But laugh yoga.
Yeah, but definitely the earth. It's that childlike imagination, creativity, laughter, playfulness.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the earth needs, and it's. I think that's sloughing off the old, belief systems that to be an adult means losing the magic, and it's not supposed to be that way.
And for those of you who are trying to meditate and communicate with your guides, imagination is one of the core principles of meditation, because they always say, did I just imagine that, or was that a true message? Well, if you saw it, it's a message, and your imagination is what allows you to visualize it. So keep that in mind as well. She was in a meditation group. Okay. All right, you're excused. We missed you, Viviani. I pulled a card that had your name, but with 2 N's. That's what brought it up. So, as my banner says, if we've enlightened you in any way, please let us know in the comments section after the show. It really helps my channel grow, and it also lets us know if we've been on point, because that's important to us. We need to know if we're just, being loonies up here for the halibut and not, knowing if we touched you guys. So, okay, wonderful. So with that all being said, thank you everyone for showing tonight. 2 hours, Jason. We did 2 hours tonight. That was a good show. A lot of good reading. A lot of good readings, a lot of good energy in the chat. Sorry some people came in late, but hopefully Jason will be back on again. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And somebody said something about a laugh yoga. Okay. Anyway. So,
I read that wrong before. I didn't realize it was. I should do that.
You should lead a laugh yoga.
Downward laughing dog and pink hand waving.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The tail wagging up. what's that when your butt, is that the baby? Which one is the butt up one? I don't know. I don't do yoga.
Oh, that's the downward facing dog.
Oh, that is the downward facing. Okay.
So how dogs are.
Anyways, so what Jackie said here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And I send you all Faye blessings. And we will see you soon. Oh, do you have something coming up, Jason? You and your busy schedule?
I'm going to be on this weekend. I'm going to be on Intuitive You with Kim and
okay. I haven't heard of her.
Terry Renner. I'm going to be on her show next week, and then
cool.
Scott confirmed he's going to come on my channel towards the end of the month, and I'm going to be on Debbie's show at the end of July.
Wow.
Debbie Freeberg. Yeah.
Busy. Amber, who has disappeared for a while, working on a beautiful project she's doing. Amber from Lavender Moon. She's going to be on my show Friday. I got to confirm the time. I think it'll be 5 or 7. I got to confirm that. And we're going to be doing paranormal investigation, and it's a secret. It might have to be a secret because I'm not sure if we're going to do a full-on investigation with tarot cards like we normally do. But one of our last sessions, what we did was try to communicate with the spirits in my house. And she put on the blindfold and earphones, those things, and let Spirit Box talk through her, and she would shout out what they were saying.
That's like my favorite part of like the ghost shows when they do that, like Kindred Spirits, when they do that, because I think it's just so awesome.
Yeah. So I got to make up my mind which I had 2 ideas in mind, see which one it would work best with. Yeah. It was really interesting because she had shouted out the word Sally, which is the name of the little girl spirit. We believe is her name, is Sally. So it was very interesting. Yeah, like a ghost box. Only she wears the headphones and blindfolds so she's not distracted. And it's really cool. It got a little overwhelming at one point. They were just like, ah. So, and then Saturday, everybody, at 11 Eastern, we are going to be celebrating my channelversary. So, look at this. She already put that up there as I was saying it, reading my mind.
She's psychic.
No, the channelversary, Jackie, is on Saturday, 11 a.m. And Amber for Paranormal is Friday. You were so close. And then next week, see, I'm starting to write things down too, Jason. Next Wednesday, I'll be on Michelle Marie's channel, Astrological Tarot. And speaking of paranormal, Ivana Intuitive is going to be on, I didn't write it down yet, but the 28th of July. And then Sun Psychic Jean, August 12th with a paranormal. So I'm so happy to get that series up and running again because I'm like, who's got stories? We need stories. So let me put this out there real quick. You don't have to live in a haunted house or have ever lived in a haunted house. It could be some spirit activity. Like Mel, the last one I did was with Mel. And it was 2 beautiful spirits that were in her house. So it doesn't even have to be a malevolent being that you're suspecting. So it could be anything. It could be somewhere in your town that you hear is haunted. We can investigate that. So it doesn't have to be your present or a place that you've occupied. So as I said, our first one was Amityville Horror. Sasha Graham, we did a castle that she visited in Italy. So if you have any stories, email me And all that's in the link. And then I'm going to segue out of here. So I'm going to wish everyone a wonderful rest of your week, a beautiful weekend. Hopefully the weather is kind to you. And I'm asking everyone to be kind to yourselves as well. So, all right. So until next time, Faye blessings, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all soon.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Bye.